Hi there, my name is Jackie Smith, and I was inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame in 1994. No, I'm going to say that. Okay. Hi, I'm Jackie Smith, and I was fortunate enough to be inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame in 1994. I spent 16 years playing tight end with the St. Louis Cardinals and the Dallas Cowboys. During that time, I've learned that there's more to building a winning football team than developing the obvious essentials of speed, strength, and endurance. Despite the presence of those physical requirements, a team cannot reach its potential unless team leaders capture the team's minds by creating an atmosphere of fun, fairness, fulfillment, and confidence. Then, players become willingly and fully engaged in the team-building process. That's why I'm a partner at Champion Strategies and why I work with Bill Schreffler. We know how to help you create winning teams too.
Well, thanks, Jackie. I am Bill Schreffler, the CEO and head coach for Champion Strategies. Like Jackie, I've been building winning teams for many years. Our backgrounds are slightly different. However, Jackie and I worked together on several corporate events, and it occurred to us that our philosophies were very similar.
Right.
My main focus as a CEO on several ventures in the past has been to create and support great teams. You know, I've been fortunate enough to be brought into situations where we had to create teams from scratch. I've been fortunate enough to be brought into organizations where teams were falling apart and needed to be put back together. And it's always been a blast, and I really enjoyed that. So who better to consult with than Jackie, who's been a part of great teams and has been coached by, come on, I'm a sports fan, Tom Landry, John Coryell, Joe Gibbs. Give me a break. We decided to start Champion Strategies and write a book after looking at some of the universal ingredients that motivate and support great teams. The book is called Execute Like a Pro, and it's available now on Amazon.com. Imagine you're the CEO of the company, and maybe you are. You've gone through all the strategic analysis, select your market position. I'm going to throw some buzzwords at you here. You've done Porter's 5 Forces and the Boston Consulting Group Matrix, and you've looked at the 5 generic strategies and picked your focus. You've even hedgehogged, whatever that means. Some of you do. Got the right people on the bus and perfected your servant leadership skills. So why the heck is your company not crushing its numbers? In some cases, you've picked the wrong niche, or maybe you've got management issues. However, let me put forward the following hypothesis. In many cases, your company's poor performance comes down to one simple fact.
Well, we've talked about this before, Bill, and it really comes down to you have their hands and you have their hearts and their backs, but not their brains. Right. And they're not into it. They don't really quite see the same kind of light you do and the same kind of vision. And a similar situation happens in football, no matter the fact that these guys are so strong and fast and ugly, that it's really a game of arms and legs, but it's played mostly from the neck up. It's how you think about what you do, even in a physically demanding sport like football.
Absolutely. Research conducted by Time Magazine recently indicated that less than half of American workers, 45% actually, are satisfied with their jobs. This is the lowest percentage since 1987. It's been, gosh, what's that, 25 years ago? More than half of the U.S. workers feel their jobs are less secure now than they were a year ago. Approximately 70% of workers who feel their jobs are secure report happiness at work, but half of the workers who feel their jobs are in jeopardy are dissatisfied with their jobs. Wow. Now this is the kicker, this is the key one I'm coming up on here. Out of almost 11,000 workers that were surveyed, only 31% are engaged. Now think about that. That means 69%, or more than 2/3 of potentially your team, want to be anywhere but at their job. Wow. They'd rather be fishing, or they'd rather be outside doing who knows what, but they want to be anywhere but sitting at their desk, or maybe working outside on the poles, or whatever you got them doing to help you hit your goals. Engagement is a measure of whether employees identify with the company they work for and their buy-in for the company's mission. Engagement is really the key to great results. Higher levels of engagement are strongly related to higher levels of innovation. Those companies with a highly engaged workforce improved operating income by 19.2% over a period of 12 months, while those companies with low engagement scores saw operating income decline by almost 33% over the same period. So hey, which would you rather have, the 19% growth or the 33% decline? The margin between those two is about 50%. That's pretty significant. So from these stats, it is clear that employee engagement is a critical driver of performance, and yet only 31% of the workforce in America today is engaged and want to be at work.
Wow.
We now come to the heart of the matter, and the key topic for our book, Execute Like a Pro. What can we do to improve employee engagement? We've probably all attended corporate outings, where you participate in the team building events, have parties to get to know each other better and, coworkers better and all that kind of stuff. But the reality is that these programs are a good idea. However, they're only really short help with short-term employee happiness and employee camaraderie. It doesn't last very long. In other words, it's a short hit. People come out of there, they probably feel good for a day or two, and then it all wears off. If our only goal were happiness, we could work off on Fridays and install an open bar in the middle of the office. What we want is a high-performing corporate culture that is driven by an engaged workforce.
Well, Bill, it's interesting that you look at some of these things and compare them, make some analogies with football, and to that end, we've developed the following model to look at with key drivers of employment engagement, where people really get involved in what's happening. And there's the one that's real important factor is fun. Are people laughing? Are they having fun in the office? Are they always serious and somber and not really enjoying it? In other words, do they enjoy being a part of the team and sharing the team's goals? That's got to be a critical thing within an organization, obviously, just as it is on a football team. And fairness. People need to know that they're being treated fairly. In other words, am I getting a chance to really prove myself? Am I trying to get a chance to do what I need to do to be able to make this team or to make this organization fulfillment? Pretty intuitive. Do I feel like the work we're doing is important? Is my role important? And am I growing as a result? And in other words, can this team realize my potential as a player? I feel like I've got a little bit more to offer, and has this team been able to pull that out of me? And then the status quotient, ego-driven. However, everyone wants to be proud of their company and of their accomplishment. And is this a quality team? Am I part of a quality team, the type of people I want to be around, keep my family around, and grow with? And community, is there a supporting and trusting team at this company? Do I respect my co-workers? Do I have a lot of respect for them? Are they serious teammates? Are they serious about being the best? Can I count on them to do the best that they can do so that help me get to what I'd like to get out of this business?
Well, I'll tell you, there's an interesting takeaway, is that the higher in the organization an employee gets, the higher they tend to score on a survey. While this makes sense, it also tends to leave managers with a blind spot. Everything is great for me, therefore it must be so for everyone else. For this reason, we recommend getting an impartial 360-degree feedback from employees on a routine basis. We used to do this in the companies that I managed as a CEO. We have developed an online survey here at Champion Strategies that measures the level of employee engagement as well as the key drivers that I just mentioned. If you're interested, please visit our website at www.championstrategies.net and sign up for a free survey for your team. Again, no cost to you, and it may provide some useful insights. We'll put together the information and give it to you so you can see how it goes. So now that we know the key drivers for employee engagement, what processes, programs can we put into place to increase engagement and drive results? Well, back to the book and back to our past history together. We developed a program that we call Play to Win that incorporates a fun football theme and applies it to a rigorous management and performance measurement process. If you prefer a baseball or soccer theme, that's okay. We can help craft a program that works well for you, but again, it's all framed around team. We will help you get it done. We'll talk more about the specific steps of the program in a moment. However, the program is philosophically based on these 4 areas. Number 1, define winning. This is essential, and this is usually comes about by defining your mission statement. What do you want to achieve? Where do you want to go in a way that's crystal clear that your teammates can follow you and help you get to your mission? What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? It's been a rallying cry that the team can use to develop specific how-to goals. It needs to inspire some emotion from your team. Develop key performance indicators. This is the area where you put how behind the what of your mission statement. Communicate. Holy cow. How many times have we talked about communication, right? In sports and business and everything.
It's always important.
We believe strongly in getting folks in a room or on the phone daily to have a brief call to discuss progress towards achieving your key performance indicator goals. This builds a no surprises culture and keeps the team laser focused on the bigger picture. 20 minutes a day is worth your time. That's the thing. When I talk to other CEOs and I talk to other business leaders, I ask them, if you have a mission and there's something you want to achieve, isn't it worth 20 minutes of your time a day to make sure that you hit those numbers and beat those numbers? 20 minutes a day. It's not a big time commitment. It's amazing what can happen. And celebrate. Yes.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all. This means that once you have achieved your goals and at a certain milestones along the way, you pause to recognize people and take time to have some fun. And you'll read in the book that we actually, in my prior lives, I've actually had timeouts and half times where we took people into football stadiums and ran them through the tunnel. Jackie was with us, and Jackie was out there, high-fiving people as they came through the tunnel, and we had a blast. Had a blast.
Well, this was an interesting time for me, Bill, in going through that process with you. I had, quite frankly, I had my reservations about it because there was so much going on. But the more I stayed around it and the more meetings I attended, I really got a special feeling to see that so many people react so positively and have so much fun. And it was just, it became really an interesting thing for me to observe and to see. Now these people are really successful. I mean, they're really doing this. They're having a fun out here, and it looks like something I'm a little bit uncomfortable with, all the hoorah going on and all the, but you went into so much detail of the team atmosphere and the team environment that really did affect there. You went deep into the team concept and you examined it and you made it work. And that's really what it's all about. And I would encourage anyone to really take it serious. There's a lot of programs out there, that there's nothing out there quite like this that really captures the essence of the team spirit and applies it to the business perspective.
Yeah, boy, you're so right, Jackie. We have a process where we take your team into training camp. Now, there's a football term, right? Training camp for a day and a half and teach business fundamentals. It all goes back to blocking and tackling. How many times have we talked about that in sports, right? If you can't block and you can't tackle, you're not going to win a game. It all begins with a press conference where we roll out the team. Next, we go into preseason to prepare for the competition ahead. We assist you with team huddles. This identifies how we are specifically going to beat the goals identified for the team. We help them shoot for perfection, hopefully landing at excellence. They'll prepare a game plan and a scorecard to make it happen. Again, all of this is specific and measurable, like Jackie said a little bit ago. We get right down in the weeds.
Yeah, everything compares and makes analogies with a team concept, and everyone, gals, guys, everybody can understand how a football team is put together, why it's necessary to put it together like that, and it's easy to apply it to the business perspective, and it works.
Yeah, boy, amen. And we also give everybody on the team a position. Right. It doesn't matter what you're doing, you have a position. You could be special teams, you could be the quarterback, the running back, whatever, but everybody has a position. Everybody can relate to what that means to them personally. So now you're ready for the kickoff. So you take your plans and you put them into actions, or as we call it, game on. We help you plan for a halftime and a year-end event. Again, these are very cool things, and we have another thing that we call the Booster Club, where we actually help you reach out to the vendors and suppliers that are a part of your company that would be willing to give you marketing dollars and support to help you get this stuff done so it doesn't even come out of your budget. That's the experiences I've had. I think we could probably do that for you as well. As an example of the great things that can happen, my team, when I was running Charter Communications, a part of Charter Communications, we made the cover of the annual report in 2000. If you look at the cover of that annual report, there's 5 of my teammates right there on the field in their jerseys, the Michigan Blizzard. We also won an industry award for the program. We can help you win. We can help you get your team engaged. We can help you crush your goals. We've been in your shoes. If you have ever won a game in sports or watched a team win a championship, you know the emotions that result for all the team members.
It works.
And it's an amazing feeling, right, Jackie?
Is.
I mean, when you win that game, it's cool.
Yeah, when you get them immersed in an environment, it works. It's just an amazing thing to watch and very much fun to be a part of for everyone.
Absolutely. So you can have this feeling in your team. You know, Vince Lombardi said the quality of a person's life is directly proportional to their commitment to excellence, regardless of their field of endeavor. And that's one of the things that we talk a lot about. if you commit yourself to excellence, amazing things will happen to you. Not only in your work life, but in your home life. You become a better dad or a better mother. You become a better husband or wife. You become better at everything you do because you're committed to being the best you can possibly be. We have a thing that we call evolution of winning. And we get into this a little bit more when we actually have a training camp. But it's really kind of 4 things. It starts with I can't. A lot of organizations out there say, I can't do it. I can't do what you're asking me to do. I don't have the tools and the materials or whatever it is. So what we do is we help you get them to the I can. The I can says, okay, now as an employee, as a teammate, I can do it. I've got the tools, I've had the training, I know what I need to do. I can do this. The only problem is most companies stop at the I can. And they go, okay, now that you can do it, go do it. Now we're back into the trap of the 31% engaged, 69% non-engaged. Right. I can do it, but you know what? I'd rather be fishing with my buddy, or I'd rather be somewhere else than right here. So what we do is we help you get to the next evolution, which is I will. Now the I will is the cool part. That's where Jackie was talking about the team and the desire. When you get to the will part, people, you better get out of the way, because they're going to go get the flag for you. They're going to make it happen. They're going to become part of a team. They want to win, and they are invested. They're engaged. And finally, you get to the I did. Now the I did is a really cool place to be. Not a lot of organizations get to the I did. The I did is where that you kind of stand on the mountaintop and you look back and you go, wow, what a body of work. This all came together really cool. This was great. I had fun. I feel engaged. I had a good time at work, and I did what I said I was going to do. How cool is that? And you hit your numbers. You hit your goals. I mean, that's huge. So hey, let us help you be excellent too. I mean, please call me, Bill Schreffler, at 314-302-0782, or email me at bill@championstrategies.net so we can help you be the best that you can be. We look forward to celebrating with you. Hey, Jackie?
There you go.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, that'll work for me.